everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Faith. Thank you so much for being here. Today I am continuing my book series. This is the second video in that series. The first one was all on board books, so I did like over 20 board books that my daughter Summer loves. She's almost 2 now. When I made that video, she was more around like a year or a year and a half, and she still loves her board books. But as she's gotten older, she's had more patience for longer books. These aren't super long. They're not like children's books really, but they're more like storybooks that are perfect for toddlers. We actually read these to her, some of them, when she was a baby as well. I have over 20 here again that I'm going to go through, and all of these books will be linked down below too in the description bar, so make sure you save this video for future reference when you go to pick up books for your kids, or if you want to remember any of them. I'm gonna hop right on into the video though. Grab yourself a coffee, a tea, whatever. I feel very studious today with my glasses. I ran out of contacts, so you guys normally never see me in glasses unless it's maybe a vlog. But yeah, I ran out of contacts, so had to wear my glasses, but it fits for this video because books, glasses, I don't know, they just go together. So let's hop right on into this video. 20 plus storybooks for your toddler or baby. So there's definitely going to be some in here that are classics because I just had to include them. The first one being Goodnight Moon. I'm sure all of you know about Goodnight Moon, so I won't spend a lot of time talking about books that are classics that I'm sure you've heard about. But even if you have heard of it, maybe you just haven't gotten it because you're like, I don't know, it's like been there, done that. I don't know, let me tell you, Summer loves the classics. I think that's probably why they're classics, is because kids really like them. So specifically in this book, obviously I'm assuming you know the story, you go through and like say goodnight to everything in the room, but there's a little mouse on each of the colored pages and it's always in a different spot. So that's kind of a fun activity we do as we're reading the book. Or Nick, my husband, who reads her a story before bed, he will ask her, you know, where is the mouse? And she gets to point to it as they read through the book, and it's really exciting for her. And yeah, there's just a lot of fun different things to point to that are recognizable for kids, like bears and bunnies and cats and the moon and stars and cows and everything like that. So I think that this is definitely a good one to pick up if you haven't already. And I do know that this comes in a board book style, so if you are worried about the pages ripping, maybe pick it up in the board book style. I don't think any of these books I would have talked about in my board books video, even though some of them technically are like hard board books, but they're more like a storybook. They're not as simple as most board books. I'll talk about this one next. This is I Love You Bigger Than the Sky. I'm pretty sure I got this at my baby shower. A lot of these books I got at my baby shower because I asked people if they would come with a book instead of a card, which I think is such a great idea. If you're having a baby shower, do it because you will have an entire library of baby books. And I really only had like 2 duplicates, so it wasn't that big of a deal. This one I think is really cute. I had never heard of it before, and it has really pretty illustrations, lots of different scenes. So like a farm scene, the ocean, squirrels, like the forest, dogs, just really pretty illustration, and the story itself is really, really sweet. It's just a sweet story. Next book is I'm Going to Give You a Bear Hug. This is one I got from my shower as well, and I really like the story. This is another one I hadn't heard of, and I really like how quickly you can get through this. Like, there's not a lot of words per page, which if you're just starting out reading to your baby or toddler, they're not going to have as long of an attention span. So a book like this is going to be really perfect for them. This is one of the books that I got a duplicate of, I Wish You More. I think it's a very, very popular kids book right now, and I do think it's cute. At first I thought it was a little odd. I really didn't understand like the I wish you more, because I have a degree in English and I think it's just like freaking me out that that's not a real sentence, like I wish you more, is not grammatically correct. So I think that just messes with me a little bit. But she loves this book. My daughter loves this book, and it's also another one that's very, very short. So just like one sentence per page. So it's great for beginners. And it's a really nice, sweet book with a nice concept to it. So I like that. There's definitely some kids' books that I got or have seen that I would not get that just have little things in them that bother me. Like, there was one book, I can't remember the name of it, but it was basically this kid not being very nice to his mom and like crying from bed and all of this stuff, and it ends up where he is good and stays in bed. But I don't even want Summer knowing about like getting out of bed at night and being naughty. You know what I'm saying? So all of these books are very happy, friendly books. This one, I love 10 Tiny Toes. This is another nice short one for a like beginner toddler who can't focus for too long. And you could read this to your baby too. It doesn't have to be a toddler. It's just pointing out all the different body parts. I love the illustrations. It's really cute. And I like the pages on this. I don't know if it comes in an actual like paper page style, but this is a little more durable, so it's good for the younger toddlers. This book Summer got for her first birthday. It's Goodnight Farm, and we love this book. It's the story of this owl that goes on like a night adventure to visit all of the sleeping animals. So it sees the sleeping pigs, the horses, the scarecrow, the cows, and then at the end it's morning and the owl goes to sleep. So it's really a cute book. I had never seen it before, and it does have a touch and feel thing here, but oh wait, yeah, it is touch and feel. So like the horse's mane is soft, the scarecrow has some like jean material. I totally forgot that that's there. A little chickie, so that's cool as well. These books I'm sure you've heard of. If you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a dog a donut, they have a bunch more as well. There's something with a moose and a pig. There's a bunch more, but these are the two we own. These are classics. I know that I had this as a kid, or maybe it wasn't me, but it was my sister, I'm not sure. But just really funny classic books. It's basically the story of this boy who gives this mouse a cookie, but then because he gives him a cookie, he wants milk, but then when he gets milk, he's gonna want a straw, and it just like goes on and on and on, and it's really, really cute. And then the same concept with the dog. Next book we lost the sleeve for, so this is not what the cover looks like, but it's called You Are My Happy, and I think it's really, really sweet. It again is not grammatically correct, which bothers me, but it's really sweet. And it's about this mama and baby. I guess it could be a dad. There's just a lot of fun pictures. Ducks, she loves ducks, so all of the pictures in here she really, really likes. These next two books I'm sure you've heard of before too, I'm guessing. The Mitten and the Hat. And these definitely require a little bit more of an attention span because there's a few sentences per page, but I just love the imagery and the illustrations on here. It's very like folk, not Scottish, Scandinavian. It's really, really cute. So as you can see, there's probably 3 full sentences per page, sometimes more. But she really likes it, and I enjoy this book. Like, this is actually enjoyable for me to read, just because I really like the pictures. So there's the mitten, and then the hat, and I'm sure you can get the hat in an actual paper, but this one is more like a board book. So I can provide links for both kinds if they have both kinds. This book, I'm not totally sure I'm going to be able to find online. I hopefully will. I found this at our grocery store in some clearance bin. It's Goldilocks, which of course you know the story of Goldilocks, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to find this exact Goldilocks storybook. I will try. It's illustrated by Rosie Butcher, and it's from Top That Publishing. So I will try to find this exact one. It's really, really fun if you enjoy doing different voices. My husband reads this to Summer in all different voices. He has a completely different voice for the daddy bear, the mom bear, the baby bear, and Goldilocks, and it's hilarious, and Summer thinks it's hilarious. So it does require a little bit more of an attention span because there's quite a bit of words per page, but if you're doing the voices and making it fun, I think your child will enjoy it and be able to make it through the whole book. Yeah, this is a really fun one, so I will really try my best to find this exact Goldilocks book for you. Next one is Cuddle Bear, which this is one of Summer's current favorites. This is another really sweet book that we got at my baby shower, and it's just the story of this bear that comes and cheers up all these animals whenever they need a cheer up hug or they're missing friends or scared or anything like that. So it's a really sweet book, and Summer always gets super, super cuddly when we read this. She loves the giraffe page too. Here's another classic, and I'm sure you can get this in more of a regular style book instead of this board book style, but this is Curious George, and it's my first Curious George, so it might be like a condensed version, I'm not sure. But we got this around when she was a year old, and I just love the story of Curious George. I think it's really fun and cute, and this one is just one sentence or two per page, so it's really good for toddlers that are younger that you're trying to increase their attention span for a book. This book we just got for Christmas, and it's a winter book obviously, but we can read it all year round. It's winter for so long where we live. And I hopefully will be able to find this online. My mother-in-law, Summer's grandma, got this at a local shop. It might have even been a gas station. I don't know what she said, but it's this albino deer that these photographers found, and so they took all these beautiful pictures of this albino deer. I'm pretty sure some of this is photoshopped. Like, I don't know if they actually got all of these deer in one photo, but the albino deer was real, and they made a little story out of it, and it's really cute. It's definitely a longer book, but the pictures are so beautiful and so captivating that I think it really holds Summer's attention. And my mother-in-law did say that there's more like this in this series, so I will try to link them all. Carl Sams II and Jean Stoic, authors of the New York Times best-selling In the Woods children's picture book series. Maybe I'll have to check those out as well. Okay, this is a book that we also got from the baby shower, and I love the story of this book. It's a frog that comes up on this group of little ducklings and wants to play, and all of the ducklings except for one say, no, we don't want to play with you. Like, they say, you're too green, you're just a frog, whatever, but one of the ducks wants to play with him, and then they go off and play, and then one at a time each little duck sees how much fun they're having and wants to join in on the fun, and they let them play with them. So it's really a great story about being inclusive and being a good friend. So I really like this book, and it's really interesting because the girls that gave me this book, this was actually from the daughters of one of my coworkers, and there are three young girls. One is in college, one is in high school, and one is in middle school. And they are the sweetest, most kind girls. They wrote in here, we hope you enjoy this book as much as we did. So I don't know, I'm sure that their mother and father had more to do with how they are as people than just this book. But to me, like, they epitomize this book. They are just so nice. You can tell that they are just the friendliest, nicest kids to anybody. So I don't know, I love this book, and I want Summer to be like that. So I love reading this to her. Next book is Charlie the Ranch Dog, and if you watch Food Network, I'm sure you know Ree Drummond. I think that's how you say it, Ree. This is written by her, illustrated by somebody else, but it's about her actual ranch and her dog, and it's kind of written funny. I don't know, it's funny because I can read this and I read it in her voice, and if you know Ree, it's just, I love her. It's so funny. You will read this book in her voice if you watch her show. It's definitely longer, so just be prepared for that, but if your kid likes dogs like mine does, they're probably gonna love this book. She loves this page where the dog sniffs. We always go, and she does that, and it's really cute. There's also a chipmunk on every page, but in a different spot, so we love to try and find the chipmunk. Okay, we've got like 4 more books. The next one is The Little Penguin. This is a longer one too. We haven't really been able to read this fully to her yet. It's pretty long, and as you go, it gets longer and longer, but she loves penguins, so she loves looking at the pictures. And it's a really, really cute story. It's this story of this little baby penguin that gets lost from its dad, but then the seals and other penguins and stuff help him find his way. Okay, next book is I Love You, Little One. This one is so sweet. It rhymes, so it's kind of sing-songy, which I like. Really good for younger toddlers. This book is one of Summer's current favorites as well, and it's a really neat interactive book. So there's a mouse about the house. I don't know how popular this is. We had this when we were kids, and it's really fun. So you get this little mouse, which actually this is one my mom made because we let Summer read this and play with this when she was still chewing on everything, and she destroyed the little mouse, but they even give you a little template to make another one in case you lose it or it gets ruined. So my mom made a second one, and you just slip him through the different slots on the pages, and it's really fun. So the whole story kind of follows him through the house as he is being a little mischievous mouse. And last book is Can't You Sleep, Little Bear? And this is another one that's a bit longer that we haven't gotten fully through in one sitting yet, but I'm sure as she gets older we'll be able to. I also really love the illustrations. I don't love that the baby bear gets out of bed. Hopefully Summer won't want to be like the little baby bear and get out of bed, but it's a really, really sweet book. Okay, so that is it. That is all 20 plus however many we did. I think it's 21 books. I hope that you found one that you want to check out for your child. Again, everything will be linked down below. Let me know if any of these are a favorite of yours or your toddler, or if any of these in particular you think that your toddler will love. I would love to add to our collection. We love reading books in this house. Summer will just sit with a little basket of books like this and go through it, or she'll ask me to read them a lot throughout the day. So we love books. Definitely give me any more recommendations down below in the comments. I love you all so, so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!